Hey, y'all, and happy Friday. Welcome to the Happy Hour Express edition of the Stripe Show podcast, where we bring you everything you need to know from this week in golf in 15 minutes or less, presented by OnCore Golf and their very amazing golf ball, the Vero X1. That truly is all that I play anymore. And I'm not just saying that because I don't have to, but it's always good to promote a product that you like. This is a major championship edition of Happy Hour. Y'all are not acting like this is a major championship week, and I'm tired of it. We have the U.S. Women's Open this week. And if you also couldn't tell, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm in my office and I got a puppy. So please say hi to Bailey. Mrs. Bailey's so sweet, but she always needs to be touching her mom, aka me, at all times. So if you see her in the future podcasts, she's going to be getting a polo shirt. She's going to be outfitted and ready to be on the Stripe Show podcast. As I said, we have the U.S. Women's Open at the Olympic Club this week, which is super exciting. We've got some cocktail dinner, bed golf, as we like to call it. It's at the Olympic Club, as I said, in San Francisco. Coverage times started yesterday at about 7, Thursday at about 7, and went until about 11. So it was perfect to watch before I went to bed. It was super awesome. I do love that, although I wish there were some more, streaming options like there were for the men's majors. But we'll get into that whole debacle and the difference between the women and men's majors as a whole. So we've also got the Memorial Tournament going on. Rain delays all day on Thursday, but Colin Morikawa is loving this place. He very clearly has needed to fix his putting, which Travis has talked about on this podcast a lot in the past couple of weeks, where, he's one of the best ball strikers in the world right now. He's got the driver game, he's got the long game, he's got the iron game, he's got the wedges, but the putter has been what's been lacking for him. So he switched back to his blade this week, and he shot 66 on Thursday and leads at the Memorial. So I'd say that worked for him. We'll see how it holds up for the rest of the weekend. But it's been super interesting to watch. I always love watching players change their putters and change their putting grips and change, their setups and stuff, because it is such an important part of the golf game. And yet we don't, as amateurs, we don't automatically are hitting our irons bad and think, oh, I need another set of irons. Sometimes we do, but very rarely do we do it as much as we like to do with putting. So I just think it's interesting that that pros are like that as well and like to change things up every now and then. So earlier in the week, we had Jason Day withdrew due to back issues again. I think I saw that this was his 7th withdrawal in the past 6 seasons. So likely not going to play in the U.S. Open again at this point, depending on how he's able to fix that in the next couple weeks. But again, back to the U.S. Women's Open at Olympic Club, had to get the men out of the way. Watching the coverage has been so much fun. This is the carnage that, we like to see at a U.S. Women's Open and a U.S. Open course. Having the Olympic Club set up for the women is awesome. It's been really awesome to watch. Some of those fairways look so tight. I'm a great driver of the golf ball. I like to say that I've never missed a fairway since 94, which if you know me, that means that's when I was born. However, I think there are many fairways I would not hit at the Olympic Club, judging off the coverage and the photos I'm seeing on social media. So don't need to be playing Olympic Club at any point in time soon, because I don't like to feel bad about my golf game. So it's been super awesome to watch, like I said. And get this, a high school junior co-led after round 1, which is insane, you guys. So I played in the U.S. Women's Open in 2012. I had just graduated from high school. I was technically going into college, a freshman in college, but it was a summer in between. So I was technically, I guess, a high school senior and then going into college. So I was 1 year older than she is. Could not imagine leading the U.S. Women's Open at that age. And this is her 2nd time playing it. She's going to Stanford in the fall. Incredible golf game. I'm looking forward to watching a lot more of that today and hopefully over the weekend. I did see that she was on SportsCenter today. So just loving that coverage of the women. Like I said, I think it's great to really treat this like a major week that it is and not have it overlap with, obviously we have the Memorial, but it's been really good to watch coming off the NCAAs last week, which we'll get to next.
Rapsodo Mobile Launch Monitor. Improve your golf swing today. Pro-level launch data in the palm of your hand. It is very accurate, within 2% of a $20,000 unit. The Rapsodo MLM app automatically tracks stats and stores video with Shot Tracer, helpful for club gapping and understanding true distances for each club. Rapsodo MLM provides immediate feedback, data, and creates a better practice environment, not mindlessly hitting balls. Extremely portable, cases about the size of a rangefinder. And you know what? You can use it both indoors and outdoors. I love this launch monitor. It's the Rapsodo Mobile Launch Monitor. Check it out at rapsodo.com, rapsodo.com, rapsodo.com.
Pepperdine won the NCAA Division I Men's Championship, which was pretty cool because last year when the pandemic hit and golf was halted and the postseason was canceled for NCAAs, Pepperdine was ranked number 1. So it was a very bitter ending, but I'd say bittersweet because they knew obviously it was the right thing to do, but they were ranked number 1 and their postseason was canceled. They were on a roll, right? So it's just got to be hard to be put in that situation, but they clearly still had the ball rolling this season. They won in the final match, and I don't know if you saw on Golf Channel the video of the player running up the fairway with his golf bag to hug his teammates and celebrate, and all the pictures were so great. And it's just a really NCAAs is a different beast, and it's extremely pressure packed, and it's doing something for your team is much different than doing it, as an individual. And so I really love to watch that and love the coverage that it got. I wished we would have gotten to see a little bit more of it selfishly, but we'll take what we get. It's a big step that NCAAs, has been televised at all in the past few years. So that being said, we've got some bent out of shape this week. We haven't done this in a while, but I posted on my Twitter page and I said, hey, what's got us bent out of shape this week in golf? Now, not everyone responded with golf-related things, but I said that I would read them on the podcast and talk a little bit about them. So we've got Mike Weiss, great friend. What's up, Mike? His response made me laugh. It said, literally everything, nothing about golf, but everything else. And that I feel like is just kind of the mood you sometimes get in heading into the weekend. But it is Friday, Mike. We have the weekend coming. Go get a craft beer. Everything's going to be fine. But I'm really, really happy that you guys all responded. And I've got some more that we'll read as well. So Bobby Leake responded and asked my thoughts on the arm lock. That is a big topic on tour right now, whereas the USGA is looking to ban it, but some people say don't ban it. Some people say do. Travis has talked a lot about the podcast. Talked a lot about arm lock on the podcast and specifically saying, it's different when you have the grip. Sorry, I'm mirrored here. When you have the grip facing towards the hole, the flat part facing towards the hole, that gives very little room for error, which could be seen as an advantage. I don't know how I feel about it. I think that if the people who created the game and made it what it is today saw the arm lock theory, they would maybe crap themselves. So I don't know, but all that to be said, Xander Schauffele is trying it this week. Talk about another guy who needs to figure it out on the greens. So we'll see how it works. I don't really personally feel one way or the other. I just kind of always like to think with that kind of stuff, like how is this how the game was meant to be played, right? And I'm not talking tradition. I'm not talking, things that don't really impact the golf swing, but I'm talking golf swing specifically. But you could argue that there's, people grip the driver in, or their iron's different. So are they going to be put at a disadvantage, or I don't know. Basically, I don't have an answer to that. That's how I feel about it. Someone said pace of play at the U.S. Women's Open. Yes, I did definitely feel this. I think watching it, the girls are extremely analytical. And I don't really know the answer to this. I think pace of play has been such an issue for the past probably 5 years on the PGA Tour and the LPGA Tour. I think that I think that it's a tough one because we can say that all we want and we're sitting on the couch not playing for millions of dollars, right? I play golf very fast. I step up and hit it. I shoot the number with my Bushnell, step up and hit it, and just get right in the cart. I don't care where it goes. I'm also not playing at the US Open with, my career on the line. I play for fun. Most of us play for fun. Most of us who are complaining about it play for fun. So I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. I'm just saying maybe think about, the scope of which they are playing and think about what they're playing for. Do I think it could be better and policed more? 100%. But we are also looking at it through a different lens than what they're looking at it through. So they also probably look at a lot more factors than we do when it comes to playing a weekend round with our friends. They probably got a lot more knowledge up there, a lot more going on. So I would say, yes, it needs to be policed more. And, if we need to start bringing out the clocks on the course, then let's do it. But at the same time, try to put it through a different lens. But whatever the rule is, obviously they should oblige. Matt Allen said, I just remembered that we may never see Tiger playing again in serious competition. And he got very sad. So that's just, Matt, that's just not the energy I needed today because it's already Friday. I'm trying to get in a good mood and you had to go and say that. So we're going to put that there because we don't know for sure yet. Right. So let's not get assumptive. Right. Brody said the coverage of NCAAs was bad. It would just be a couple shots in a commercial, a couple shots in a commercial. I noticed that as well. I'm not big on I'm not the commercial police like a lot of people are on Twitter and social media, but I did definitely think that, the coverage times could have been better. I would have loved to watch more, but I also think that that's always going to be an argument, right? Unless every single tournament is covered like the Masters or like the Players or like the PGA, where we have all the different streams and we can watch whatever we want, we're going to keep complaining about it. So at what point do we just accept that maybe that's not our reality right now? And especially, I don't think that they would have, the higher ups would have gone through that hassle for the NCAAs. Would I love to see it? And do I think it will happen in the future? Yes. Right now, don't think that's a reality. Someone said that all of the, social media and marketing people in, the golf space are just doing the bare minimum on women's major weeks. And I completely agree. If you look on social media during the week of the US Open, the men's US Open, or the Masters or the Players, it's giveaway here, all these brands like TaylorMade's giving away this driver and Callaway's giving away this driver and Bridgestone's giving away this, and this, and all these brands who work with the players who are on tour do a lot of giveaways. Now, that's not necessarily a thing with women's golf. And I think that if that was more of a thing, maybe there would be a little bit more hype around it. I do think if you have not watched a lot of women's golf to this point, this week is definitely the place to do it. Olympic Club is great, and it's going to be an awesome test for these girls, and it's already proving to be that. We've got a junior in high school co-leading as of, Friday morning. So it's going to be pretty awesome to watch. You can watch it after dinner. You can watch it over dinner this weekend. No excuse with work. So it should be fun. But I do agree that we need to do a little bit more in the way of women's golf and how it's covered. But that will always be a topic on, what has me been out of shape. And I feel like that's a topic that we're going to have to discuss for a while before it's fixed. So definitely agree with him though. Well, that is all the time we have today on the Happy Hour Express edition of the Stripe Show podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. If you saw me on YouTube and watched this on YouTube, Bailey is now sleeping silently for now. So I hope everyone has a great day and makes it a great weekend. And cheers. I know that this happy hour for me might be coming sooner than later. So I hope everyone has a great one. Make it a great weekend. Cheers.
I just want to interrupt this interview real quick and give a shout out to my friends over at OnCore Golf. OnCore provides some of the most cutting-edge technology in a golf ball that I have ever seen. Their team in Buffalo, New York is changing the script of golf technology through their perimeter-weighted designs, which offer players enhanced accuracy and control for every shot on the course. With their award-winning Elixir and Avant 55 golf balls, they are transforming the game for players of all skill levels. Visit OnCoreGolf.com/Travis Fulton for more details about their products that are revolutionizing the game. Now back to the Stripe Show.